Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Nice meeting you once again on a wonderful morning. So, let us continue our discussion on the various topics of interest. I think one of the anecdotes I earlier shared was about my own life, and I thought of probably bringing the context of my own life and trying to explain some of the various concepts. One of the biggest learning of my life in terms of the learning from the various masters, Vedic masters, is essentially have an open mind and then never have any attachment. So this is something will look very strange for a common man. There are two statements in this whole context. One it says is have an open mind, and the second is don't have attachment. I think both of them are very complex for a common man to accept. Because the first part let us take and then probably dissect in little more detail. The first part is have an open mind. What do you really mean by an open mind? And why do you need to have an open mind? So let me explain the context and then I will give an anecdote from my own life. So most of the human beings right from the childhood have been given lot of information by the education, schooling, parenting, social conditioning and so on and so forth. If you carefully examine the human beings when they are born, as an innocent child who never had any kind of information about the whole world in which they are born. But over a period of time, they have been given lots of information right from the time when we were a very small toddler. The moment they gave a small piece of toy, we kept in the mouth and then trying to figure out through taste what exactly this object is all about. One of the reasons that the child keeps everything in the mouth is it is something like a snake, the snake always juts its tongue outside in order to figure out what this environment is. Similarly, as a child, our five senses were not very active. So, and hence through the taste, we were trying to examine what this object is all about. So, over a period of time, as we have grown, parents were trying to explain to us what is an elephant is, star or probably a sky, etc. The most complex things were taught to us by the parents, and then later on we went to the school and collected a lot of information. The whole life is functioning based on recycling of this information. If you would have listened to Sadhguru, he has so beautifully presented this whole fact that we are having certain set of information wired in our mind, both in the conscious mind as well as in the subconscious mind. And then we keep on recycling those information and trying to live our life. One principal difference between an animal and a human being is, an animal is purely living on instincts. The animal doesn't have a rationale to understand things and then store information and then continuously keep on reprocessing those information. That's not the way animal lives. But whereas human beings, if you take primarily they have a lot of information stored in their conscious and subconscious mind, particularly in their memory. And then they try to keep on recycling those information. So that means you find every human being is dramatically different from one another. That is purely because whatever information that is gathered by one particular human being is different from the other human being. And hence that life goes on based on what they call it as a paradigms. A paradigm is nothing but a mental map of our own understanding of what is life is all about. So when you say have an open mind, what it really means is that don't try to conclude anything based on the kind of garbage that we collected over a period of time. So that is what is the starting point is. Just for an example, to give an anecdote from my own life, in my previous sessions, I have explained that my family could only send me for a diploma course. As a frustrated young man, I took up the job, and then I explained to you the sequence from starting my career in a structural fabrication firm, and then I moved on to an automobile engineering company, and then I was pursuing my career. But one thing in my mind which was still glowing like a fire or a volcano, that I need to pursue my education, and then I try to become a much better capable engineer as I go along. So many of my contemporary friends as well as my known people in my life who also got stuck like me in the diploma in engineering, they all decided that that's all they are destined to get in their life, and they started blaming luck and all kind of external factors, and then they resigned to their life, and then they continued with a little bit of frustration in everything that they were doing. So since I learned that you should always have an open mind, so I started thinking that nothing comes to an end in life, and then you can always explore new avenues and opportunities. So with this context in mind, I was constantly exploring how I can continue my education. So there were two premium engineering institutions in Chennai. One is the College of Engineering, which was in a place called Gindi. So they call it as a College of Engineering or Gindi Engineering College. It was about 125 years old institution like VJTI in Bombay. So it used to have a beautiful building, which is a heritage building. And whenever I used to cross through that road, I always used to look at that college and then dream that one day I should go and study in this engineering institution. If you cross little bit on that road, on the right hand side, you find Indian Institute of Technology. A beautiful brass placard used to be there at the entrance of the Indian Institute of Technology saying IIT Chennai. So whenever I used to look at that placard, when I'm crossing that road, I used to dream one day I should go and study in this institution. Now when you have an open mind, then obviously I started dreaming that in this own life, I will go and study in these institutions. But vast majority of the people generally say that you are destined to get what you have in life and try to compromise what you have. So my dream went on, and sometimes I used to think like any other common human being that this life is gone, so probably in the next generation I may come back and study in these institutions. But I never concluded this, and I was trying to improve my ability to have an open mind and always explore the new possibilities. So I kept this glowing fire in me to go and study in these institutions. But I was so frustrated, and then because of my frustration, I always used to find myself in a secluded place and I don't talk to people. And I started cursing life like any other typical human being. And as I told in the previous session that you can give what you have. If you have 12 oranges, you can give 12 oranges to others, but you cannot give what you don't have. So in the same way, my whole life was going on with a lot of frustration and then irritations and so on and so forth. So I was only giving the irritations and frustration to the people who I met. But on one hand, I was conditioned like a typical common man. The other side, learning from the Vedic masters and then trying to figure out that you should have an open mind and should not have attachment on anything, and you should keep on moving. So then and one day I just dawned on me that I should go and explore this education, and then I went back to the engineering college and took the courage. On those days, getting an admission in the Bachelor of Engineering is so difficult. But by the time I was working in Lucas TVS as already a product designer in a well-placed position, at the age of 29, I mustered courage, and then since I had a university rank in my diploma in engineering, I could just have a cakewalk into the admission of engineering college. So it was my dream come true. I went into the same institution which I was seeing from outside, that one day I will go and study in this institution, at least in the next generation. So it went on, and then I took the education very seriously, and then I finished with the university first rank in my BE in mechanical engineering. And one fine morning I felt that if you have an open mind, probably everything starts unfolding in your life. As Deepak Chopra always used to say, that when you are mentally obsessed, the whole universe conspires to create all the conditions which are favorable for you to achieve what you want in life. So I finished my engineering when I was married, and my children were all grown up as a small children. At the age of 32, I finished my engineering education with the brilliant academic records. And then I was eyeing on the Indian Institute of Technology, which was just opposite to this engineering college, which was my dream. Whether will I be able to get into this institution one day? But because of the extensive educational pursuit, I thought I will leave a gap for a while. And then in the year 1985, there was an exhibition in the IIT Chennai, and that's the first time I went into that institution. And believe me honestly, that when I was walking into the IIT, it was looking like as though I'm going into a very sacred temple. And I was looking at those professors and teachers, that where have they come from different planets. So I had such an amount of kind of a mental respect. That institution earned its own name. It is not that by accident IIT is reckoned as one of the greatest institutions of this country, which has produced millions of engineers who are sitting in the US and developing that nation. So we donated all engineers from this country. The most brilliant and cream of people have all developed from that institution. So I thought that I will have to continue my education. At the age of 35, I went back to IIT, and then I approached the professor, very hesitantly, whether I'll be able to really join this institution. And then I wanted to take my MS research program, which is a master's program on research like PhD. And then the professor said that no, you are too old to come into this institution. So I didn't spare him, and on those days, a professor has to accept you as a student for you to take up this master's program in research. So finally I convinced the professor, after having several attempts, Dr. Ramamurthy, who was one of the greatest professors of IIT in applied mechanics, and then he was author of many books on finite element analysis. So I wanted to specialize on finite element analysis, and I took a project. I had a mentor from Lucas TVS who was encouraging me to go back to academic institution once again. So finally I joined IIT, which was my dream, at the age of 35. And then very sincerely, like any other student of 19 or 20 years old, so I pursued the education and then came up with the supreme grade from IIT. S grade is considered to be the highest grade from Indian Institute of Technology. So I came up with the flying colors once again and finished my MS research. So that's the way that life has concluded, with the concept of have an open mind and don't have attachment. I have not explained in detail the second part of don't have attachment, which I will continue in my next video to share with you what does that really mean. That when you have an open mind, that means you have not concluded anything in your life, and you are willing to allow life to unfold itself and continue to dream something which appears to be impossible for the rest of the human being. Because when you are dreaming something, it becomes a reality one day. So that was the great experience of accepting some of the teachings of spirituality and Vedanta, which is not an empty science, because when you are going to accept things which are far different from your own assumptions of life, and it unfolds itself much better places, and it opens up much better avenues and vistas for you in life. I hope this insight is of some productive use for you to shape up your life and then live a wonderful life ahead. Thank you very much for listening. It's a great opportunity talking to you. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.